All right, as you guys can see up on the screen today, I wanted to talk a little bit about iSPECIMEN Incorporated. This is ISPC, the ticker symbol, and this stock's having a crazy day despite the fact that it opened down today with the previous close of 1751 on Friday. Opening today 1411, a pretty significant, pretty big drop. This thing turned things around quickly, getting as high as 26.40 today. It's starting to cool off a little bit since then. Right now we're sitting at 22.18, but still up 27% on the day. And one of the main reasons I want to talk about this is not only the crazy day it's having, both down and up, but that ISPC is now one of the biggest social media darling stocks right now. This is one of the biggest, short squeeze plays on the market, and it's getting a lot of people excited. It's getting a lot of people hyped up, and there is a new big community forming around a lot of these stocks, but ISPC being one of the biggest ones and being one of the more recent ones as well. Now, when you go to, this is the short squeeze subreddit, you'll see the top posts are all about ISPC right now. ISPC loading 90K at the $14 dip this morning. This is just ISPC. That's all it is. It has 70 upvotes. Thanks for the $3,000 ISPC. ISPC, I said we would be green by end of day. Only took 45 minutes since market open. Tons of ISPC posts. Again, this is all the rage on the short squeeze subreddit right now. Now, this subreddit only has 94,000 members. It's not like it's the biggest or most influential. It's got nothing on Wall Street bets or anything like that. But this is still, a place where a lot of people go for their short squeeze news to see what is the new latest hot stock. And again, ISPC really seems to be that right now. This might be one of the big plays with a lot of potential going forward in the future. A lot of people on the subreddit are saying that their price target is between $40 and $50 for this short squeeze, and obviously that would be a nice little chunk of change up from where ISPC sits right now at 22. Even this morning, again, it being at 14, it's gone from 14 to over 20 in a couple hours. I mean, this thing has really been crazy. It's been moving fast. I mean, when you take a look, start to zoom out a little bit over the last month, this thing was $7 a month ago. It's up, 3x since then. In the last 6 months, it's kind of the same prices. It was really trading flat for a long time before this recent explosion. So you're really catching this thing kind of at a good point right now. Over the past year, again, same type of stuff with a lot of volatility, obviously, as a lot of these stocks see. I don't know, my internet won't update this right now, but you're getting a lot of this upward action right now. So this is kind of that breakout moment. We're sitting at, not at these 52-week highs or all-time highs right now, but these are all very, very recent. There's a lot of, just that overall momentum in this stock and in this play right now. But again, who's ready for ISPC? Do your research. No dilution. Stop spreading FUD. Just focus on a few plays. That's how we'll win the short. Shout out to that king that threw in $500,000 at $17, which is absolutely insane. But again, $500K at $17. We're sitting at $22. That guy's doing pretty damn good so far. Here is that post where he says, all in on ISPC, $500,000 worth of shares, 28,000 shares. I was the buy wall at 1750 not too long ago. This guy says he's down 600K the past 2 weeks on other garbage, but now he's ready for proof. So, that's not exactly that inspiring. He doesn't have the greatest track record recently, but he is ready to go all in. But there was some news that came out that really was scaring people. This iSPECIMEN shares hit 52-week high after $21 million private placement. iSPECIMEN, the company said it entered into a definitive securities purchase agreement for a private placement with 3 accredited investors for the sale of about 1.75 million common shares, together with warrants to buy 1.3 million shares. So obviously that scared people right away. A lot of people were like, oh, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like stock dilution. That sounds like this company is taking advantage of its price appreciation from $7 to $20+, and now they're kind of selling out. They're taking some profits. They're taking some money. On one hand, this can be good sometimes. Obviously, a company, if they start to get a little overvalued or if they just appreciate very, very quickly, the company can sell some of those shares at a high price, and then they have a bunch of money. And then they can use that money for, R&D. They can use it for more product. They can use it for a million different things, which can eventually, potentially make them even more money in the future. But also, if a company does believe that they're overpriced, overloaded, whatever, they can just sell some shares, dilute all their shareholders, kind of screw them over, but then also just put a lot of money in their pocket. And that can be, end of the year bonuses or raises or salary increases or whatever. So it's not always a great situation. It can be very, very scary. And that's what I and a lot of other people were kind of worried about. I mean, this didn't make a ton of sense. This news comes out. Obviously, we saw that crash at open, but then we've rebounded. Now we're hitting, 52-week highs. What's going on? There's a little bit of a disconnect there. But, a lot of people are saying that they did some research early in the morning and found the private placement shares are restricted securities that must be held for 6 months minimum with respect to a public company. Also, he sees that huge red candle pre-market. So, people were very, very scared of this news. That is why we saw some of that sell off this morning. But it seems like, if these shares do need to be held for a 6-month period, that could overall be a good sign. That gives people more time for this potential short squeeze play to play out. It also, again, is still a risk. It is still dilution in the future. It is still something to keep on your radar. It is something to be mindful of, but it is a lot less scary than like immediate direct share dilution. Because I think a lot of people think that this short squeeze play could play out, prior to a 6-month period or anything like that. But overall, I definitely don't think it's great news. I think it's concerning. I think it shows, they're at least willing to, sell off and dilute and stuff, and who knows if they're going to do more of that in the future. But at least in the short term, it shouldn't be, super, super problematic. And I think that's what a lot of investors have ended up deciding. Obviously, as again, we've seen the stock rebound fast and hard. Again, it's cooling off a little bit, from the highs today. We're down as much as 20%. So depending on when you bought, you're either having a really great day or a really bad day. But this is something to keep in mind with ISPC. This is one of the hottest social media plays, short squeeze plays, whatever on the market right now. And I just want to get all my thoughts and opinions out there about it. Again, no financial advice, nothing like that. I'm not telling you to buy into the stock at all. I'm not telling you to throw your life savings at it. I'm not saying you should be that 500,000 guy. I'm just telling you what's going on with ISPC and that it is definitely a hot stock to watch out for. And see what this thing's going to do over the next couple of days, weeks, and months. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Tell me, drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about ISPC. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.